Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'll be reviewing Bone Tomahawk, which was directed by Craig Zahler, the guy that also did the fantastically awesome Brawl on Cell Block 99, the one and only Vince Vaughn. But this film, so this is set at the end of the kind of Western era in like America, so the cowboy era, if you like. And we start off with two kind of low life robbers, which is Sid Haig and I have to check over quickly or made a note. David Arquette. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, they're murderers and robbers, and there's this like they've captured these people, they're killing them, and they're stealing all their possessions, and then they can hear like these horse riders coming in the distance, and they're kind of guessing that they're like police, but where they are, they're in a valley, so they don't move, they're going to get caught. So they make their way through this valley, and kind of go through this. It's obviously like it's this area where you have like indigenous people, like Indians, this tribe, and they go through this burial ground section and meet their demise. Well, one of them meets their demise, and the other one escapes. He escapes to kind of the nearest town or village, and he's basically, yeah, well, he's in the bar. It's like kind of a locals bar. So everyone, this is a very small town, so everyone knows everyone, and there's this sinister guy that just turns up. They know that there's these deaths, these robberies have happened, and they kind of think it's him, so they arrest him. That's that. But there's a bit of a scuffle, and he gets shot before they're arresting him. So they go to one of the other houses, and then they pick up the wife of the one guy, Patrick Wilson, the guy from The Conjuring. Yeah, it's his wife. She's a doctor, so she's going to treat him, and all should be fine. But then she goes missing, and he goes missing, and you kind of realise that this tribe, Indian tribe of like troglodytes sort of thing, they're kind of cannibalistic screw ups. They're this like really like kind of unnatural tribe. Yeah, they've kidnapped her and him, and so obviously Owen Wilson wants to get his wife back, and so they gather a team of people. Sorry, I keep looking over because I've got all the names. There's Matthew Fox, who I mean, I never really watched. What's that TV series called? The one from the late 90s that was Lost. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. He's from Lost. Yeah, and obviously we have the Don, Kurt Russell here, who was born to be a cowboy. You have his unofficial old-timer deputy. Oh, and his other deputy is actually in someone else that's also been kidnapped. So you have this ragtag group of four guys. With Owen Wilson, he actually has a broken leg, which plays into the story. He slows things down and he gets split up. But anyway, they basically go off to try and save these people. More than anything, it's like save the wife and the deputy. Fuck the other guy. But that's what their role is. And yeah, there we have it. There's the film. The basic story, the basic synopsis of the film. It's a definite slow burn, this, but it's an interesting one. That they kind of calm. It's not dialogue heavy, but it's like calm and delivered fantastically, and it's interesting, it's entertaining, it's funny, really well acted, and to boot with all of this is some amazing scenery. So this film is pretty visually stunning, and the quality of actors they have in this is like such a high level, and it's just so interesting. And like I said, it's a slow burn, but when the action does kind of kick in, it's done really well. And there's gore in this, and it's all practical effect. There's some great gore actually. There's some practical effects involving cantina flasks and um, splitting. That's all I'll say. Um, but this is a really entertaining film. I mean, it's light on the horror side because of the style and how it's set up, but it's definitely is horror and horrific. But it's more like a thriller western with horror elements. But it's just so engrossing. I mean, this goes on for just over 2 hours, but even though I keep saying it's a slow burn, but it just flows so smoothly, and it's such an interesting film. The characters are so interesting; they are so fleshed out. Then they're interesting enough that you just quite happily just sit and watch these without any horror elements. It's yeah, it's really well written, this film, and like I said, when the horror comes into it, it kind of obviously picks up, and at the end, it's there. It's really well thought out, and the actual tribe, they're quite scary. They make this strange sound, and then you realise that they modify themselves. They cut themselves and add to their like larynx or their throat or something. This kind of like bone thing that alters the sound when they make this call and this howl. So that's how they contact each other from distance, and it's just really well thought out and really enjoyable. And the like I said, the scenery looks great. The wardrobes look great. The special effects are good. How this troglodyte tribe look. Everything's just really well done and feels authentic. And I highly recommend. Even if you're not really into horror, it's like from the kind of time period piece of the Western point of view. This is very enjoyable, and it branches out to different genres of film. And yeah, I really highly recommend this. So that was my review of Bone Tomahawk. Hope you do get to watch this, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.